We're gonna try and get into this city and sleep at the inn. Oh, we should be able to get Prompto's cutscene now.
My chocobo all day. Can't get
Really?
it out of my
Assuming
head.
something doesn't happen.
Yeah. So after you start chapter 3, there are 2 motels in the game, and you get a cutscene whenever you stay at them with Prompto.
Yeah. 2 different motels that you could potentially trigger the cutscene on.
Yeah, this is the main one.
Look at all these lights. What a relief.
Indeed. They ought to keep the demons at bay.
Saw a Magitech trooper the other day.
I think we're all good on quests here.
You want something to eat? Think you're up to the task?
Yeah. The next one is level 14, and it's a flan. Now that we have Star Shell, I have some confidence that we can take this on, but we also might just get steamrolled. So I'm gonna pick it up.
You're a man with a plan.
I'm gonna pick it up because it's in the area, but we are going to come down here to the car. And we're gonna stay at this hotel and then have a little date night with Prompto.
Hopefully.
Did you see the way Noctis just approached the innkeeper? He was
Customer.
like, "Ooh, a customer!"
Let's call it a day.
Soft beds, baby.
Aspiring arson, not artisan.
Well, you do have all those fire spells.
So this is a long rest area. It's one of the rest areas you can sit in. I do not think this place is worth 150 gil. Just look at the wall. It's got peeling paint.
Got a map.
No, that is peeling paint.
Okay.
For sure. And then it's also got like a grimy, dirty texture on it as well.
Oh boy.
Like the building's very clearly old. But they have like a bunch of random pictures hanging on the wall. And they're like, oh, we'll hang it up in order to hang these pictures up to make the place feel nice.
I can definitely
it's
imagine some
we'll check the
yellowing
price
from
of the
cigarette
campers
smoke.
here in a bit. But it's 100. It's actually 500 gil, but then it's got brought down to 150. And I don't know why it says why there's a discount. All of the camping places have the same sort of like. Yes, cursing. It looks like someone spammed Minecraft paintings. And they spent money on those paintings instead of just cleaning and repainting the wall. Or getting new wallpaper.
Yeah, they really don't have an eye for interior decoration, do they?
Yeah, skill level up. Oh look, we found it.
Hey.
That's a nice picture of Gladio. That's a nice picture of us.
Perfect timing.
This is right before I got launched in the air, I think.
We ought to hold on to this one.
Look at Prompto's face.
That is a very intense stare.
He is the aspiring arsonist. We're keeping this. I'm also gonna take a screenshot of it to share later. A burning bush, okay.
That's very biblical.
I think it was one of those pictures of whenever I got taken down.
Well taken.
Well taken, as Ignis completely camouflages into the night.
He's Batman.
Cursing Vermin said that's the fire Prompto started. Fair enough. Okay. So whenever we stay at these lodgings, we don't get a food buff. But we do get friendship!
So, what you doing?
Nothing much. Just chilling.
Cool.
So you can ruin this voice prompt, but then the next time you stay here, you can get it again. We're gonna do it correctly. I'm going to make small talk here. And we're gonna learn a lot about Prompto's character.
That was one hell of a day, huh?
Yeah. But it was fun. Every day's fun. Even when we almost get ourselves killed. I never imagined it'd work out like this. That I'd get to go on an adventure with you guys.
Who would have thought, huh?
So, how long have we been friends now? Oh, let's see. Beginning of high school. So that's 5 years?
Yeah, but we've known each other way longer than that. Ever since elementary school, right?
Huh? You still remember that?
Could hardly forget being gawked at.
Well, you know, it isn't exactly easy being in the presence of royalty.
And when we did meet in high school, you pretended it was the first time.
Yeah, the first time I worked up the nerve to say something. Feels just like yesterday.
You should have said something sooner.
Oh, Noct. You just wouldn't understand. Back then, I was... Actually, never mind.
Hey, you can't just stop halfway.
Yeah, I know. I used to be super shy. Couldn't talk to people. No surprises, but I had no friends. At least not real ones. I was always alone. And there were times when I felt, well, worthless.
That's what's been bugging you?
I mean, when you look at me, you wouldn't think that I'm anything but a fun-loving, happy-go-lucky joker. But that isn't the real me. Behind all the quips and laughs, I'm a mess of hang-ups. I've always felt inferior to you guys. I'm not royalty, and I'm not strong. I'm nothing, really. Unlike Gladio, I'm not good with people. The way he connects with them, he's operating on a different level. Unlike Ignis, I'm not smart, and I can't cook to save myself. But when we hang out, it's so much fun, I forget what I'm not. Then reality hits me like a splash of cold water, and I remember that I don't belong. But I want to. Every moment I'm desperate to earn my place, to prove that I'm good enough.
Think what you will, but I think you're good enough for me.
So, you really think I'm doing okay?
Yeah, I do. Anything else?
No, nothing at all. I'm sorry I got so real all of a sudden.
You should know better by now. You think I just make time for any old loser?
Huh? What, you mad, bro? Seriously, though. Thanks for making time for this loser. Feels good to get that off my chest.
Happy to hear.
All right, I'm gonna keep on keeping on the only way I know how.
Yeah, you do that.
He has layers. Like an
He
ogre.
has layers. He's an ogre. He has layers like an ogre. We learn from this scene here that Prompto has imposter syndrome. Pretty bad. He doesn't feel like he belongs, and so most of the cringy things he does is to sort of make himself feel like he belongs in the group. Which is, ooh, it just started raining outside.
Yep. Sorry, it's thunder.
Which is relatable on several levels. I mean, we also hear here that Gladio's better at talking to people than he is. So Gladio is the one person in the group who has like a higher charisma score and is good at talking to people. And Ignis is just Ignis. He's amazing at pretty much everything. But Prompto doesn't feel like he's good at anything. But whenever he hangs out with Noctis and the guys, he, kind of doesn't have to think about that. Cursing Vermin says Gladio is emotional support extrovert. I really think that is his role in this group. Like, if you watch,
I'm pretty sure he's the only extrovert in the group.
If you watch the anime, one of the anime episodes, episode Noctis, whenever they go into a crow's nest, the diner person sort of recognizes Noctis, and she's like, "Whoa, you're the prince!" And Noctis freezes. Prompto goes like, "Oh God!" And Ignis, like, I don't quite remember what Ignis's reaction is, but Gladio is the one who steps in and takes care of it. And talks to people. And so Prompto might seem like a bubbly person, but underneath all of that is a lot of doubts. Which
it also
that
explains
is
why he can't be normal around Cindy at all.
Yeah, well, also because the person who made this game can't write female characters to save their life because he has gone on record saying he doesn't like writing. So, but that's one thing that I really enjoy about this series, specifically this Final Fantasy game, is that all of the characters have depth to them in different ways. Prompto comes off as cringe, happy friend character that just makes jokes. He's got a lot of anxieties underneath that. And Gladio comes off as like sort of mean and stubborn, but he's got a lot going on himself, and he also has a lot of character flaws. And Ignis he seems like the savant that has skills for days. I don't think you could ever have a normal conversation with Ignis. If Ignis doesn't know you, if you're not part of the friend group, I don't think Ignis would come off as someone who is suave or skilled. I think he would be very awkward with people he doesn't know.
Good morning.
I think he'd be very short and clipped with people he didn't know.
People would think he would be a prude or very rude, I think. So now that we've stayed at the hotel, we get to go and collect all of our little friends.
Yo.
Hey.
It's Prompto. He's over by the kitty crow.
Wonder if he's taking pictures.
Morning.
Back at ya.
I think he's just programmed to stand somewhere. I don't think there's a caravan in this area that we can check the price of. There's one up in Hammerhead. We're gonna go down. We're gonna go finish Dino's quest. I'm going to auto there to Golden Key. I'm gonna fast travel just to save time. Because we're gonna do a lot of running around today.
Because it's leg day.
Here we are.
Nice.
And this is a very out of the way spot. We've already run down here once today, so once is enough. It's very annoying that this is a cul-de-sac whenever it comes to the map. And it's like you have to run all the way down here.
The price of having a good view.
Exactly.
Hey, you made it back. You guys hold up all right out there?
More or less.
Excellent. Come on, you ought to be proud of yourself, Your Highness. The work you did today could save lives.
How's that?
Well, you see, most folks know better than to go out at night. But some people don't have a choice. Am I right?
I guess.
They may not have a choice, but my pieces can give them a chance. So hey, how's about you give it a try and see for yourself? I'm a man of my word. So here you go. I look forward to doing business with you again sometime, gentlemen.
So that's the line we were talking about the other day. Is that
In-world confirmation that jewelry has
So
some
full
sort of
right
effect
now.
on the wielder.
yeah, is that someone
Where-
like Dino, who does not have any magic or royal connection, can still make jewelry that if you go here to gear and we go to Prompto and we go to here, we just got a amethyst bracelet, which enhances their strength. So that is something that I am going to actually give, because the green choker does what? I'm
I
gonna
think it gives
increase-
HP recovery.
I'm gonna give that bracelet to Ignis, because I feel like he could be doing a little bit more
Now
damage.
that's a meal.
We've got a
I
second
don't really
quest
know how
here.
to sniff out a scoop, Your Highness. You might just have a future in journalism.
Well, at least that makes one of us.
Oh, touche. So look, I need a hand. Thing is, it's too dangerous for your average Joe. That's where you come in. I'll make it worth your while.
Appreciate it.
So I believe this one is going to be in the area we're going to. A stone-studded stunner. Yeah. This is going to be in the area we're going to be going into more recently, which is exactly why I wanted to do his quests, is to make sure it's up there. We're going to return to car.
Okay, we accidentally skipped over a question from Cursing, and Cursing has a couple other questions, but I want to get to the one that we didn't answer the first time. Prompto lost weight before he talked to Noctis in high school. The episode that
Everything?
Episode
in the anime
Prompto.
that focused on Prompto basically was him going on a weight loss journey to build confidence in himself to talk to Noctis.
Yeah. I should specify that. So Prompto is adopted, and his parents, in true Japanese fashion, were never around. They gave him money for food and then expected him to feed himself. So he ate a whole bunch of junk food. Whenever he was in middle school, whenever he first started sort of meeting Noctis, he was overweight and had very little self-confidence in himself. And one day he helped one of Lunafreya's dogs, Prina, who is a little white Shimu sort of dog. And then Lunafreya gave him a note thanking him for that and said, hey, I heard you're in the same school as Prince Noctis. You two could be really good friends if you got to know each other, I would think. And so Prompto made it his goal to reach out to someone and become their friend, more specifically Prince Noctis. But he felt like he wasn't good enough. And so as a way to prove to himself that he was worthy of being friends with not Noctis, but just anyone, he started working out and doing morning jogs and eating healthier. You see him eat a salad for the first time and stuff like that, and make more health conscious decisions. And then at the end of episode Prompto, we see sort of what Noctis and Prompto were talking about here, where at the beginning of high school, Prompto came up to Noctis and started going like, hey, you want to hang out? You want to talk? Good morning, sort of stuff. And the two of them became very good friends after that. And that's sort of Prompto's backstory. Cursing Vermin, that is true. Yeah.
You wish to put on weight? Certainly.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. And so you'll see Noctis.
That Prompto and Luna never meet in canon.
Yeah.
Because Prompto was really excited to meet Luna for the first time.
Yeah, they never meet in canon. And Prompto just wants to be her friend, you know?
Yeah, because she was the reason. She and Prina were the reasons that he made friends with Noctis in the first place.
Yeah, and he wants to thank her for it.
Yeah. Okay. Now we get back to Dino.
Yeah. Go circling back to Dino.
It's like, does he use magic to imbue the jewelry with magical properties, or does the jewelry already have magical properties via coming from the earth?
The assumption is that the gemstone itself makes it magical, which is why he's specifically asking Noctis to go to specific areas and get specific things, because that is where you can source that sort of gemstone that has that property. Right?
Yeah, and apparently as you go through, it's like certain gemstones have stronger properties than others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also, that same sort of logic can apply to metals, because the bangles, like as we saw earlier with the titanium bangle, it gives vitality instead of strength. And metals also come from the earth.
Yeah. So there's a lot of I believe HurryPollo and I are really sort of the only ones who fixate on this. But from a world building perspective, if you're writing stories or doing fan fiction like what we do, you could have an entire character that's sort of like an alchemist or other, or some sort of engineer who builds things. Yeah, like a blacksmith or a silversmith or something that specifically makes things for hunters or for characters, using just sort of this small dialogue that Dino gives you.
Makes me want to take a nap.
So this is the far side of the Long Rice Peak is the area we're in. We're on the far side of it here. The flan we need to fight is actually right over there, but it's nighttime. So this is the other side of the mountain, and we're just gonna walk up here. This entire side is a little empty. It has these pipes running all the way along this cliffside here, which I think is really interesting because it connects sort of where the prairie outpost is with the mines. You can get on top of that pipe, by the way, and run all the way across it. I don't think there are any items on it. If there are any items on it, I would be extremely sad that I'm not up there.
It's close.
Right now. I'm going to be attacked. Oh no!
What could we possibly do?
I didn't
I
make
hope there's no
more.
snipers. Snipers are a butt.
Snipers are a pain. And that's mostly because I don't have the correct armor to deal with them.
Oh yeah, the bulletproof vest.
Yeah, which you get at the Chocobo post. Which is part of why we want to go.
I thought you got them at the part where you're trying to get back to Insomnia to see what the heck happened.
No.
Okay, I'm probably misremembering that then.
That's where you get the Drainlands and stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay, these guys should be weak to fire. So we're gonna... come to me, my precious!
Last thing I need now. Eyes peeled, mouth closed.
How nice of them to form a line.
How nice of them to all stand in one area.
No big deal. Nothing to it.
Isn't that beautiful?
Free XP.
Look where you're going!
Didn't mean to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's what I... So, going back to mods I would like, and I need to look into this. I want COVID precautions between these boys. I want
Playing at mutiny, are we not?
this. I want that to stop.
Knock it off.
I want that to stop. The dialogue's funny, but these guys
It keeps
stand way
happening
too close to each other.
Especially for people who can just make a weapon appear at any second.
Yeah, like Ignis, 6 feet.
Ignis,
Your
that
best
is
girl,
not
but 6 feet. You're gonna get me sick.
Ignis.
Ah!
Okay. It was 6 feet now.
We're doing this again.
Quick.
And now he's not. Of course you're doing it again. You're being hunted down.
Oh no!
No one, Mr. Nice Guy.
How nice of them.
No use hanging around here.
Indeed.
Prompto with the auto crossbow, making sure they're dead.
Never hurts to double check.
Ooh, Cursing Vermin said, thinking about it, it does make some sense with the royal crystal. With the royal crystal, since crystals come from the earth, even if it was gifted by the gods, would have magic properties. That is an interesting way to think about it.
Really? Again?
Yep.
That's
Like,
wicked.
crystals have a huge importance in the Final Fantasy series, so
Oh yeah.
yes.
Yep.
It makes sense that gemstones would also carry some special property.
Yeah. I think that makes some sense, yeah. Alright, so we are going to circle to the right here. And we're going to
Read
go
Cursing's
to west.
Cursing's comment, please.
Rose running into the desert 6 feet apart because they're not gay. Scrubland, yeah. Desert, scrubland. This is definitely a desert. There are acacia trees, and there's some scrub bushes and things like that. But
Here.
Indeed.
this area is classified as a desert because of it gets
Any plan of attack?
only so much
right through 'em.
rainfall.
I'll circle round then.
There's only one rainfall, and it already happened.
Let's clean up.
You're not getting
quick.
another rainfall until the next playthrough.
How about this?
No one, Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah. Let's go.
Indeed.
It's just, it gets a little annoying that I could just be standing here minding my own business. And then...
A wild prompto
Yeah.
appears.
Or I'm fighting, and then Ignis decides to run across the battlefield to stand in front of me, and then it blocks what I'm doing. Which has happened a few times. We were playing yesterday on my single file, and that happened enough that I got annoyed by it, as you guys can probably tell.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of the havens here, which exists on this side. Gonna restock on magical energy.
We're here.
And what is nearby this haven is very interesting. If we come downhill here, there is an abandoned farmstead down here.
Nice here.
Yeah.
Wonder what they farm. Probably peppers. Most definitely
I
peppers.
actually would think it would be a ranch of some kind. Like they raised animals.
I don't know. They have peppers right there.
No. Because this land is not good for growing crops. And if, like, look at it, it's so filled with rocks. There's literally a rock edge right there. And stuff like that.
Yeah, but they used to have access to water.
Used to have access to water does not immediately make any land able to be plowed. Look at how rocky this area is. Look at the different elevations. There's no way you're bringing machinery through this area, right? However,
Definitely not going to be a rice farm.
definitely not a rice farm either. But it would be perfect for raising sheep or goats. So,
Do we even have a sheep or goat equivalent? Because all we've seen really is chocobos.
oh yeah.
Yeah, they make their money off tours routes headed for Longwythe.
Yeah. Yeah, so because this is where you would ship in animal feed, you would keep it in here, you would dispense it from there. That's literally what this machine is a feed dispenser with an auger. They've got a big barn here. On the map, this is called the abandoned barn. It's got benches. You can't get inside this building, but there's some rundown cars and stuff in the area. There's some NPCs standing around here, which is interesting.
Talking about tours.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, they
so
said
what
that
kind of wildlife would be small enough to fit in that barn?
That's a huge barn. That's a big barn.
They have big animals in this place.
Yep. Getting pretty dark out here.
Come on, guys, let's go find somewhere to crash.
But
The
just
biggest
because you
one
don't
pretending
see
to be a
sheep
mountain.
and yeah, look at what the guys are wearing. You cannot tell me that wool does not exist in this world. And sheep and goats actually, goats specifically, do really well in this sort of rocky scrubland environment.
Camp here.
Let's call it a day.
I'll see what I can whip up.
Yes, but I want to know what the sheep equivalent is.
What do we want to eat today? We could do some... We need to hunt more annex. Pick up some more wild onions by the looks of it. Dagger quill?
They don't have mutton in here, do they?
Dual horn steak or... Cursing Vermin has requested mac and cheese. I don't think.
The closest thing would be cup noodles, and we don't have access to cup noodles.
Yet. Let's go ahead and do this.
Has cheese.
We'll do dual horn steaks. Just because I have the most items for that.
Now I want to make mac and cheese.
I'm gonna have some for lunch today. Already have some set aside for it. We're level 18! Woo!
Oh.
That's a good picture.
Nice.
Another...
Half your photos are selfies.
Hashtag sorry not sorry.
They very specifically made all of Prompto's selfies to be really bad, and I appreciate the game devs for doing that.
Nailed it.
Why can't I warp too? So unfair.
Prompto seems like the sort of person who would get car sickness from warping.
It's a motion sickness, yeah. Several people in the movies are depicted as getting motion sick whenever they warp. Our next quest is going to bring us up into the Three Valleys area. So we're going to follow this path north and take the right branch. I'll follow this path north. Yeah. So this is the Three Valleys area. So this is a an area that looks like it used to have a lot of mining and other sort of farming or ranching things going on.
Stop bitching, start killing.
Ignis! Don't be late.
No one, Mr. Nice Guy!
Hey!
First thing just showed me some really fluffy sheep. They look like pillows.
So we're getting at the point where we can one-shot these things, which means we're going to be getting AP for every fight we finish. If we go to Noctis's gear, Warrior's Fanfel and Blitz's Fanfor is going to give us AP for doing fast and
hitting hard
combat. Looking at my Ascension grid. I'm gonna boost Link strike damage. And then...
Wait, there's a goat?
Restricting us in effects for... Just level up the guys just a little bit. So Prompto is now going to get first strike against a nearby enemy with a firearm. It'll add to the tech bar. Gladio is going to have a more powerful counterattacks, and Ignis can now do scans if we want him to, but later down this will deliver into more things. I want to equip more accessories to the guys. So that's 16, 16, and 16. That's 32, 3. I probably won't have enough for this, but I want to do these two at the very least. Am I going to have... Ooh, I will have enough for this. Okay, so now all of them have double accessories, so we're going to do that here in a bit. Exploration. Bring in AP for riding on chocobos. We need 32 and 32. Those are going to be the next things we do because we're going to be on chocobos soon. I love riding chocobos.
As soon as you figure out all the controls.
I have figured out the controls for the most part, but I still, on my individual file, because this is the first time I'm playing on computer, I cannot figure out how to... Ooh, what's this?
And here's another one.
Ooh. So we picked up 5. So we're looking for Scraps of Mystery 3. And we just picked up 5. Sort of in this area to the north of it.
Straight up skipped 4.
Remember,
Apparently so.
just a scout of us.
Easy as they come.
Never miss! Knocked another one out!
Back to it.
Right.
Time and offense. I don't think it realizes that I have these equipped. So I'm just gonna re-equip them. That way we're getting more AP. You can now have something. Gladio is currently wearing the Ring of Resistance, which keeps my friends from being from friendly fire. I'm gonna also give him the Key of Prosperity because Gladio doesn't need any help. So he can help us have better luck drops. Amethyst bracelet. That's gonna increase your strength. Let's look at Ignis's stats. His lowest thing is probably his magic resistance and his defense. So let's go ahead and bring up something that brings up those two. 102 is, oh, that's his vitality. So maybe we bring up his vitality, or we can increase his magic defense. Let's go
I
ahead
think
and bring
at
up
this
his
part of the game,
vitality.
the only thing he needs to be defended against magic-wise is your magic.
Yeah.
Which is already covered.
His Promptos got it fairly bad overall. We're already bringing up his HP. So let's go ahead and bring up something that vitality. Yeah. Do we have?
I would say that when you get to Disguise, Ignis probably should be given something in the form of magic defense, but
Bikini at some point later in the playthrough. Why is Gladio dying? Exactly. I just want you to look at Gladio's health pool though, compared to everyone else's.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Gladio at this point doesn't need any help. We need to come up here and then circle around to the right. We need to go into this valley. So we're gonna mark with Ignis.
Gotcha.
Because there's a lot of enemies around.
So long!
Replenish our mana.
Another giant skeleton. Look at that ribcage.
You're mine.
Here we are.
Prompto! You rang? Was that perfect or what?
I'll give you that.
Yeah, so this skeleton here is of a massive creature.
Thing
Beast
is,
eggs.
there is a question of whether or not that skeleton is popped up during the war because of that one scene at the beginning of Kingsglaive where Niflheim is attacking and the glaive is trying to defend by creating a magic storm. And the part of the attack that the Niflheim forces did is send in a bunch of creatures that weren't demons, they were beasts, in to attack the glaive while they were trying to defend.
That was not in this area.
It looked like a dust bowl,
Another
but I
map
wasn't
scrap.
sure. Which area would it have been?
The fighting in Kingsglaive takes place over here.
So that would.
How many more are there?
That question.
So we went to we picked up the map scrap here and it immediately
Is it number 4?
no. Yeah. Map scrap number 5 is sending us to this area over here. See, my issue with this is that it doesn't tell you where map scrap number 4 is. I just randomly picked up on 5.
Rock and roll!
Let's actually look this up. I'm going to look up where map scrap FFXV map. Fragment.
I think by the time the movie starts, excluding the whole flashback scene and with Noctis and Regis and whatever, I think Galad had already been conquered at that point. So I don't think that particular battle took place in Galad.
It might even be fighting on the island that Insomnia is on.
Yeah, we'd have to go back and look at that scene to look for context clues where it is.
Map scrap number 4 is over by the Insomnia blockade. Huh. It's over here. So maybe we'll jump over there.
That's an inconvenient place.
Real quick.
No, because Galad,
map scrap number 4 takes you into the Cresthold channels, We're gonna do 5 now. We're gonna do 4.
Probably why they just... Okay.
I was wondering why it was saying it was a level 45 quest.
Oh boy.
So this is the Three Valleys rest area. This is where we got rescued by Dave. Or we rescued Dave.
They're angry and depressed afterwards, I think because of the whole treaty thing. And not because... And that they spectacularly lost the battle. But I don't think that battle was specifically over Galad, because by that time, Galad had already fallen.
The area they fight in the game is never an area you go to in... the area they have that opening battle with in the movie is never an area you see in game, as far as I'm aware. Oh, where are we going? We're returning to the car. Going back to the airship.
Hey, want to hit up the crow's nest?
If you wish to put on weight, certainly.
Yeah, I know.
Specifically said where they were fighting, wasn't it? But honestly, I think it's implied to be that particular battle was implied to be near Insomnia.
Yeah, I think it's on the Insomnia Island itself. Oh,
Thank you!
Because they're trying... I think they were trying to push back the Niflheim forces away from the wall.
Yeah.
Till next time!
Yeah. Meow. The cars in this game are very interesting. Because they've got that sort of like old 80s, 70s vibe to them in some ways. But then you also see things that look more modern.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure there was a muscle car that was in the sky.
I want to ride my chocobo all day. Can't get it out of my head.
I guess it's just... It's like, why are you so happy? Why are you like this?
Force of sheer will.
Yeah. Quite. So this time, whenever we run around in this direction, we stick close to the mountain for blue. I remember a RPG I played on the PS2 called Star Ocean. You had to fill out the map. Wherever your character walked, it would fill out the mini-map for you as you went. And it just encouraged me and my siblings to run up against the walls of every location we went to. We would ignore fights and ignore gameplay just to, like, fill out the map. So it's
just the 100% completionist brain.
It's somewhere in this area. Is it over here, maybe?
Blessed weather.
Yeah.
Is it on top of the rock? It is on top of the rock! Ha ha ha!
Some kind of weird game.
Oh, the map is still incomplete.
Now I kind of want to go get map scrap more because I've got items. First off, I'm gonna organize my inventory. But here in key items, I believe. Mystery map. So we've got A, we need B, C, D, and E. So we need map fragment 2. And 4.
Yeah, but the problem is, if you're going into a level 45 dungeon and you get into a fight, you won't be able to pick up the scrap. Because you're going to get obliterated in the fight.
We're doing side quests today. If we die, that's just, part of the fun.
That is a risk you are willing to take.
Yep. What quest do we have? We are going to go do this one for City right
above
now.
us! Thanks.
They're going all the way over there. We're not about that life. Ignis is running up here.
Yeah.
Do you smell treasure, Ignis? Is there treasure up here? Ha! I'm very glad that you can get up here. It makes me happy. We're gonna follow the yellow brick road, guys! Ooh, more thunder.
How far are we going?
Got plenty of time to figure it out.
I'm the only one up here. They're all under there.
Oh gosh.
There, underneath me. I like climbing on things.
Who's the Scarecrow, who's the Tin Man, and who's the Lion Man?
Gladio's Lion Man. I would want to say that Ignis is probably Scarecrow. No, Ignis is the Tin Man, and Prompto's the Scarecrow.
No. Are you sure that Prompto would make a good Tin Man, considering his origins?
I think it's more about the heart, brain, and the heart, brain, and courage sort of thing.
Real
Fair
nice
enough.
here.
Indeed.
So as we run up to this area, we come into, there's some more grain silos in this area. And also a sort of oil refining area. I'm gonna hop down here. And then there's some more silo tanks and things in this area.
Cut it out, man!
So we've got an oil pumping field here. Next to another barn of some kind. I don't think you can get in this one either. I know that you can probably get on top of it with a chocobo if you jump from here.
Stinking hot, indeed.
Huh. Oh, I can get on top of it without a chocobo. Ha ha ha. Oh.